Hi guys, welcome back to Debbie's Collectible Dolls. I'm doing so well on the video uploads lately. I'm so proud of myself. Yay. Well, see, the dog has finally started to be more settled down without me, and she's behaving really well just on her own with my mum, so it's given me a bit more freedom to do some videos, and I'm making the most of it. Warm day. Just realised how warm it is upstairs compared to downstairs. It's warm. Excuse me if I sound sweaty. I am. Right. I'm here to do three things. Three things in one video. Seriously on the ball at the minute. I'm going to start with Theme Thursday. I've got Hannah here. You don't see much of Hannah, but there's a reason I've got Hannah here particularly. But first off, Theme Thursday, and she's wearing this. It's actually a dress, but it's a newborn dress. I got this from Jean over at Jean's Dolls. I won it in a giveaway, along with another dress. Yeah, it is. What have you got on you, Hannah? What have you been doing? Yes, it's a dress, but it's a newborn size dress. Now, this little girl is more 0 to 3, so it looks like a top on her. It looks like a very nice summery top. So what I did was I paired it with some shorts that also matches the theme, and we've got a full ensemble going on here rather than a dress. So this dress slash top is white, and it's got fish on it, and they're like goldfish. One of them here is a goldfish, and the other ones look like goldfish, but they're sort of patterned. One of them's pink here with flowers on it, and another one's pink checkered, and another one's blue, another one's white with flowers on it. And now I realise, looking at it now, that the theme was things in the sea, and generally you don't find goldfish in the sea, but maybe these are sea fish that won the lottery and upgraded to more bling. Maybe, I don't know, but you do find fish in the sea. And there's some bubbles going on here, and then it's sleeveless, and around the top of the sleeves and the neck there's a white and pink gingham, and there's a bow on each sleeve. I don't know if you can see that. There's a bow on each sleeve that is stitched on, and that's pink and white gingham too. And then the shorts she's wearing are green, peppermint green, and they are also covered in very similar fish, but however there are starfish, shells and little mermaids on these, and I will give you a closer look at the outfit when I've finished doing the whole video so you can see. But there's little mermaids, sea, shells, seashells, starfish, the ocean. So that's more of an ocean theme, and this is more of a pond theme, but we'll go with my original idea of the blinged up sea fish. So that's the Theme Thursday. Oh boy, I wish I brought a drink upstairs. And under that she's wearing a white onesie under the sleeveless dress slash top, because she's actually 3/4 arms, so we've got a bit of cloth to cover there. Full legs though, aren't you? Second part of this was Suzy Q's tag. Getting in a little bit late on that, but here we go. Suzy Q wanted to know, oh baby, sorry, I brought you teddy bear. That's her teddy bear. Suzy Q wanted to know which was our first reborn that we ever had, like what was a sculpt and things, and what currently is the oldest reborn in our collection. Well, I can answer that with one answer. This is the answer right here, which is why I used Hannah in this video. Hannah is the first reborn that I ever had, and she's obviously, therefore, the oldest in my collection. This is my first baby. And I dug out paperwork for you right here. Just gonna, my full name's on here, so I'm just gonna cover the little bit at the bottom there. You can see her birth certificate. Excuse me. Her name, Hannah Grace. Missed the last H off the name there, but never mind. Date of birth, 17th of the 3rd, 2011. Her full weight is there. She's 20 inches. And the date of adoption, 20th of the 3rd, 2011. And she is from, let me just manoeuvre that. She is from Perfect Bliss Nursery from Yvonne now. Yvonne has a different name now. I think it's Yvonne Eldritch now, so I'm assuming she married since then. But that is who she is, Yvonne from Perfect Bliss Nursery. And I have had her there for about 9 years. She's not grown much, but she's a 9-year-old. I'm going to take a dummy out. I should have done that before. There you go. And her sculpt. Let me just get her little piece of paperwork out there. She is by Andrea Stett. I had to Google it because the full details weren't on there. She is actually the Melody Sculpt by Andrea Stett. You know what? Not going to say that name anymore. You know who I mean. Andrea. She's a Melody Sculpt. And yeah, first reborn, oldest reborn in my collection. And she's a beautiful old girl. She's got all her hair. None of it's fallen out. She's got a full head. Well, it's a mess now because she's been on the pillow, but perfect swirl. She's the only baby in my collection that I can get all of her swirl back in when I brush her hair. Let me just turn it back that way. Yeah, I can find all of her. I had her posed perfectly, and then I thought you wanted to see her face and her hair, and I moved her. Why did I do that? You see her now? I want you to see her. There we go. Yeah, so she is my oldest. She's really beautifully done. She's got a very tan skin tone. And as I think she's the only one I've got. No, I have got another one who doesn't have full. I've got 2 others that don't have full limbs, but the rest of my collection now I think has full limbs. My Kira doesn't have full arms, and Sam doesn't have full arms, but yep, I don't mind. There's some that, I mean, I prefer the full limbs, but there are some that you just, you can put up with it because they're so special. And obviously she is really special because she was my first reborn, and I still remember that buzz the first time I opened her, because I'd never seen another one one in person, and I was blown away to see one of these in person. I'd had Ashton Drakes before, but never seen a reborn. So that's her. And then the third thing, wow, so dry. I'm starting to wish this was real milk in this baby bottle over here, but it isn't. The third thing I wanted to do, I got a comment from Yvonne from Having You On the other day saying she loved the way that I name my reborns. What I tend to do is I tend to have a name and then I buy a doll to have the name, which is a little bit unusual, but that's the way I work. And I had actually been thinking about doing videos with each doll, one video with each doll, and telling you more about the name, because what I tend to do is just briefly mention where the name came from, but I thought it would be nice to go a little bit more in depth into each name. And it's kind of a mini tribute to the people I've named them after. Not every one of my dolls is named after a person, most of them are. Some of them are named after something special to me or a place special to me. And so I want to do that with this girl because she's the first doll, so it kind of makes sense to start with Hannah. Hannah Grace, and tell you about her name. She isn't named after a particular person, not a real person anyway, but her name Hannah came from a made-up person. I always used to love, let me just check time. Yeah, it's fine. I always used to love making up stories as a kid, and I used to watch films, and I had this one character that I used to put in the films or the TV show, and I used to kind of imagine that character in the program, and then I used to make up my own stories and always use this one character. And this is back in my childhood. That character was called Hannah, and it's funny, I remember having a identical twin sister as a child. Not really, it was a made up, you know how most people have imaginary friends. I had an imaginary twin sister, and it was Hannah. Like, the way it looked, this twin looked, was just the way I imagined Hannah looking. It was kind of weird. But yeah, so that's where I got that name from, because it's a character that I just remember being very entertained by as a kid. I loved making up stories. I had a very, very vivid imagination. Still do, if I'm honest with you. I'm never bored, let's say. I can always entertain myself in my head. So yeah, that is who Hannah was, or wasn't really. And I decided to give her the ooh, aeroplane. See, there I am again, getting distracted. I decided to give her the second name Grace, because Grace is just such a very special, important characteristic and virtue. If you look that up in a dictionary, it basically says that grace is kindness being shown to someone who doesn't necessarily deserve that. And to think of a character trait that is like that, somebody who is kind to you even though you don't necessarily deserve it, is just a beautiful thing. It says so much about that person. It is to me, obviously, as a person of faith, it's such an important part of my faith is grace. It's God. It's such a foundational characteristic of love, really. And so I decided to give her the name Hannah Grace, and that's who she is. And she's been Hannah Grace, as you've seen, a birth certificate, since 2011. With Hannah spelt slightly wrong, but we don't mind that, it doesn't matter, I'm dyslexic anyway. So that's Hannah, and I'm going to show you her outfit properly close up. Ooh, 11 minutes, nearly 12-minute long video. That is about a record for me. So there you go, there's the fishes, look. There's the blinged up goldfish who's now living in the sea. It's very, very sweet. And yes, Jean at Jean's Dolls. And then there's the shorts down here with, see, mermaids, ocean. That one's really cute, it's wearing a crown. And there you go, there's her outfit. So yeah, I think I'm going to do this with the other dolls as well and tell you a little bit about the people. Most of them are named after real people, not imaginary friends. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do, and it gives me a reason to make some videos and talk about something, because I never know what to talk about. So hopefully you will enjoy me doing that. She has blue eyes. They look brown in this, but she's got really beautiful dark blue eyes, and this is lovely dark brown hair. Yeah, I'm going to go get a drink because I'm super thirsty. So I will talk to you all very, very soon. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.